Hello everyone, this is Bigalski, and this is part 19, and a child shall lead them for my suffering impossible difficulty commentary walkthrough series. Now, I said in the last chapter that chapter 18, 19, and 20 parts, however we want to call it, I still haven't figured it out and I'm almost done, are my least favorite three in the game, but this one has to be my least favorite chapter overall. These little Inferno chicks, man, I mean, they can just be brutal on impossible, especially when you're trying to save the guard out here. So, it's really up to you. You can just go turn on the light, go turn on the power to fix the lighthouse and not mess with this guy at all. But, of course, since we're trying to save him, then we got to do what we can here. So I try to get them to come towards me. That way they're not focused on him. Because not only does he have to survive this chapter, he has to survive part of the next chapter too. So if you try to stand up on the bus, which is a safe way to do it, I have to really slow down to make sure. But if you stand up on the bus, they'll start circling him, do a lot of damage on him.
God damn it, what are the
chances?
chances?
I try to just lead them away
10
from
hours
the
out here in
beginning
this
of
pit
it.
of hell, and I have to run into you? The scum who killed his own wife and children? Why, Pendeo? Huh? Why you do it? You going to kill me too? Come on, inmate, kill me, I dare you!
Kill him before he kills you.
Wait, he's just confused.
So it turns out you don't have the cojones to kill me when you have the chance. You fucking inmate. Go to hell, I am done with you.
He'll shoot you in the back.
Give him a reason to trust you.
Why do you follow me, inmate? Who are you fooling? You hate me as much as I hate you. All you inmates think CEOs are evil, but we are prisoners in Abbott as much as you. You ever think of that? When this shit happened, I immediately headed to town, down this road. I wanted to find Consuela and my daughters. My beautiful girl. But I got to our house, it was on fire. These
I actually got
putas
stuck in these
everywhere. No
chairs
sign
one
of
time
life.
and had to reload my game.
I've been looking
So
at you.
stupid sometimes.
I will not give up.
Lighthouse lamp is off. Cannot land rescue craft. Repeat, beacon must be restored.
You still here, inmate? Torque. Isn't that what they call you? Come on, then. We may hate each other. We may die anyway. But we will kill more of these putas together than alone.
Now, I've tried to, lead him to that part and then just
Inmate,
run straight
hurry!
to
The Coast Guard is our only hope to survive.
the
and we
area
need the
where you
lighthouse
have
on
to
in order
turn on the
land here.
power,
But the earthquake knocked the power.
fight the fights along
We
the
need to
way
get
that
the
he's going to
generator
show
started
you
again.
and then
Follow
come
me.
back. And then when I've come back, he hasn't been there. So I don't know if he got killed somehow or the game just kind of glitches out. But in order to
This way, inmate. Vámonos.
make
What are they
sure
doing?
you
Won't they
take
let
him
the
into the
dead
next
rest?
chapter, at least from my experience, you really need to follow him around and save
never
him.
thought they'd really
Make sure
do
you
it.
protect him.
It all went wrong. It was fun at first.
But here I found kind of being back behind these trees and using them as cover,
We didn't
because he stays on the other side.
let them go away.
You're not. They can't swoop around you to one side. Just of course be careful that you don't fall off. And then of course if he's close by, let him come and blow up the ashes if he's close by. And of course okay, let me finish this off. So bad. I think I use the revolver here because I really don't use it that much.
Let's get out of here. These dead do not sleep
But as
well.
far as the Tommy gun
Not
goes,
incarnate.
let him shoot it if he can while you're getting close to
This
the
way,
ashes.
inmate. Vámonos. You brought hell to this island, didn't you? Always scheming. Why are you plotting out against
Now I've had that
officers?
drag him under
Really done it
pull his head off. I mean, you just never know how the game's going to, the damage is going to come out. It just really all depends.
Look out for the fire. It's going to blow.
See, I think I blew him up here. That's the bad thing about those shrapnel grenades that I was worried about killing him, damaging him a lot. Again, you're not going to know until really kind of the chapter before, or I mean the next chapter, how he's doing. I mean, you can see he's taking a lot of damage right now. I'm actually worried if he's going to be able to survive. But as you can probably hear, he's shooting. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, he didn't shoot him. I think I took my mind off, or took my eyes off that, because I just figured he would shoot him, and I guess I was looking at the supplies I had. So again, that was kind of stupid. But again, look at all the extra damage he's doing just because I wasn't paying attention. But usually he shoots those. I have no idea why he ran away. See, like right there, he got a couple shots in there after she'd already gone to the ashes.
Who would have ever thought I would be partners with an inmate?
So again, sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. I think that's what I was doing. I was switching over to my flashbang grenades, because I don't want to use my regular grenades on this guy. Even though I'm going to have a lot of TNT sticks and everything like that, the flashbangs are going to kill those guys pretty much every time. And you'll have your other major grenades to damage the other guys. So, use your flashbangs when you can to kill the burrowers. I thought I wouldn't have to say that again, but I did. And again, the bad part about coming up this ladder and leaving him by himself, those guys are going to keep respawning until you can get the light over that hole. So you got to worry about them killing him while you're climbing up the ladder. But if you try to kill those guys down there, the guys will keep spawning out of here and attacking him. So again, just kind of another chance that you have to take.
T, I'm coming to visit. I want to see you and the boys. I've got good news. Things are going well here. And I've got a proposition. I think we can make it work. For once, things are going to work out. I can't wait to see the boys, and you too. I'll meet you at your apartment, okay? See you soon, T.
And I guess he thinks they're dead, even when they reanimate, so I don't know why he doesn't shoot them at all, but again, just make sure before you leave here that their heads are blown off.
You inmates are on loco, but in this case I can forgive it. Hurry up and get that generator going.
Of course, they can shoot you, or he can shoot you too, so you gotta be careful with that. This is what I was talking about, him finishing off the ashes. Maybe you have to be looking at the pile for him to shoot that. I don't know. I was looking at it there, and he ended up shooting at it. Whereas in the other time before, I wasn't looking at it. So, I mean, maybe that's something. Now, I used my shrapnel grenades there. Maybe I should have used my TNT sticks. I'm going to come up on a lot of those. So try to take advantage of what the game gives you. Playing through it a couple times to see what they do. I mean, it's easy for me to
I hear you plotting how to
sit
get
there
us
and say all this
officers.
because I didn't do it, and I had the opportunity to play through it a few times, or maybe I just forgot, or maybe I knew I only had 4 TNT sticks. But there's a lot here, and there's going to be a lot in this truck coming up right here, so use all of those to your advantage.
Inmate, you have done it! The lights are on. Oh, let's get back to the lighthouse and leave this evil place. Over here. Inmate!
Now, whenever I do
hurry!
the recording, like I said before, I can't hear the audio from the game, so maybe the phone was ringing. Maybe I picked it up too early the last time. But anyway, maybe that's why I went and picked it up, so.
Look, inmate, what are they doing?
Ring around the roses, pocket full of posies.
You want to try to time when they're going to transform, and just go ahead and throw your grenades like that, and then hope it hits a few. That way you can get a few hits in before
Be careful, inmate!
he runs up in here like an idiot. You know, he's sitting there catching himself on fire. You know, you would think that he would try to run back to safety a little bit. And then, of course, if you hit him too many times, he'll start shooting at you. Not a very good aim there. He's sitting there shooting a tree.
My wife told me the story of this place. 300 years ago, there was a Puritan village on this island. 3 young girls accused villagers of being in league with the devil. They feared evil from within, but they did not see the real enemy. This way, inmate. Vámonos.
So I think here I'm just going to go back and restock up on my supplies. I'm fixing to have a kind of a tough fight here, and I want to make sure that I have everything going into it. Now, usually when they stay there and call your name before they move on, you can go do something like this. But if you kind of follow them and then they go to the next area, then you run back. Sometimes whenever I've gone and done something like this, you know, they haven't been there whenever I've returned. So kind of use that to your advantage when you can. And I really thought I had some more Tommy gun ammo.
Inmate, hurry! This way, inmate. Vámonos. Inmate, hurry! Back where you came from! Ha! Inmate, hurry! Oh no, inmate. I do not think so. I'm not going in those caves. You go if you want. I'll wait out here. Torque! Over here!
So this is a pretty tough fight. And there's going to be 3 guys in here. And you're going to need to save or you know, try to save as many as you can.
Hey! What are you doing here?
And there's also a little Easter egg in here. There's an extra room,
Who are you?
Don't worry, we're still safe from those.
and I couldn't find it, and we'll get to that part here in a second.
Did you?
But this is, like I said, this is a pretty tough fight to try to save these guys with all these little infernos around, and I don't know how
I thought we were safe.
you get to that point to save them, and I don't think dynamite blows up their ashes. But yeah, see, they're gonna be chasing them all around and killing these guys. And again, if you throw the grenades
Run for
and
it.
it blows them up, that hurts you. And see, that's what I did. I didn't kill that, or I didn't kill the ashes on that last one, thinking that I had, not paying attention to it.
Don't stop moving.
See, I didn't see the guy behind me. I mean, this can be a pretty tough fight. And this other one is hurt, so I want to make sure that I get these ashes out of here. But also, I got to worry about these rats coming from the festers. Now, I think they'll fight each other some. And I could probably go into rage mode. Again, I don't know if my dynamite blows up the ashes or not. And I'm glad it's not one of those really, really big ones. But be careful of the splash damage. And as you can see, we got another one of these Inferno chicks coming in here.
Run for it. We are so fucked.
Jesus, what have you done?
So there goes one who just died. And maybe the water just put me out. I never
them in
noticed
here,
that before whenever I was playing it.
Don't stop moving. For God's sake, haven't you done enough? Leave us alone.
Stay the fuck away from me! You almost got us
So I was
killed!
able to save
you
2 out of
fuckwit.
the 3. But again, there's a little Easter egg in here. Once you clear all these guys out, you can jump to the top of this platform, and there's supposed to be a little cave. And maybe it's because, like I said earlier, that I didn't save all of them, that it didn't appear. I don't know how to get it done. But I will put the link in the info section of this on YouTube, so y'all can check it out. But I think these next few minutes I'm trying to find that one spot. So I'm being a little careful here, just because sometimes if you get too far in the water, depending on where it is, you can drown. So I'd hate to go through all of this stuff and end up drowning. So I think it's supposed to be up here to the right. And like some area is supposed to blow out. Again, I'm not sure. I thought I did. I went back and looked at it on the video, and I thought I did everything I was supposed to, other than not, you know, save all of it. And I surely wasn't going back to refight everything. I mean, this is a pain. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to go through each chapter on one playthrough, not cut anything together from checkpoints. I had to do it in the last one because the Hermes fight You know, even though I explained it there, it kept doing the animation of him going into the furnace, and I'd shut the door and nothing would happen. And then whenever I reloaded the checkpoint, it happened after a couple tries. So playing through this level and playing through the caves, usually I wouldn't play through the caves on Impossible. I mean, it can be really tough. It probably took me 6 or 7 tries to get through this, with being able to save a couple of those guys, you know, saving the other CO out there, and you know, when I did save him and I started the next chapter, you know, just a little bit of damage and he would have to die, so I had to replay this one over again. So I figured, well, you know, the people can look at the link I give them and then they'll see, you know, unless I just totally missed it, which I don't think I did, you know, they can see what I'm talking about. So like I said, these last few minutes I've just been looking around for this part of it and just couldn't find it. So I think I'm gonna start heading out here in a second, and then I'll go back to that other area and, you know, get my supplies before I move on. I know it looks like I'm being lost, but I'm just double checking that and triple checking that I went everywhere I could. There might have been an area right there, but I don't think there's anything in there.
This way, you mate.
Here I'm saying that now I'm doubting myself that I didn't check that part of the cave. I think I did, though. I don't think there's anything there. Watch that be where the secret thing is, and I just went past it. You know, I think I was so frustrated at this point and thought I had found everything, or do everything I was supposed to do to get that little secret area. I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this. So, but now that kind of irritates me. It's funny how sometimes you'll see things on the video that you don't notice, you know, when you're playing. I mean, hell, I might have looked at it at the beginning before the fight, so, and forgot it by now. So remember, you take with you what you have into the next level. So there were, you know, TNT sticks right there that I want to make sure I have, just in case I need them again before this chapter's out, because I think there's some in that little shed before the gate, but I'd rather be full on supplies, like I've said before going into the next part.
Inmate, hurry! This way, inmate. Vámonos. This way, inmate. Vámonos. Damn. The power is on, but the light is not turning. The lighthouse is old and decrepit, half broken, but you will need to fix it. I will keep watch out here. You go inside.
So nothing too fancy here, just shoot the little blades out. I believe there's 3 of them here. And then do the hand crank. course, I do it the wrong way. There we go. Now you can leave, but there's a little scene up here at the top. Plus, you might as well explore. I mean, you fixed it, so you might as well see the fruits of your labor.
Dad, I'm sorry. I see stuff better now, and I wish we'd had more time together. I wish things were different.
Parts of this game, it's just brutal, man. I really liked it for the creepiness of it and the scare factor of it, but some of the scenes and some of the violence and some of the cursing, it could be a little much, but overall, it really is a good game. I'd love to see them remaster this for like the Xbox One, or make it even a little bit harder and really update the graphics.
Inmate, hurry! The light is on. Oh, now the Coast Guard can come. Muchas gracias, Stork. You have proven yourself. I still say inmates are scum, but you, maybe less so, see? Come on, now we can make our way to town. The road is gated
I've already
up here.
completed the
I don't know
game,
how
and
we'll
I'm
get
doing the
through,
commentary.
but
I've
we'll
got
have to.
everything edited for all of this stuff, but
It's not just Abbott. It's this whole island. It's a cesspool of human atrocity. People come here, they do things maybe they wouldn't normally do. Evil fucking shit. But you're different. You're the wild card in the deck. But you set me free. I never forget a death. Now go on.
But I might go back and reload my save, my last save, and then turn around and go back in this chapter
What was that? Lightning?
and
It almost hit us. Well, at least we can make it through the gates
see
now.
if
Come
I
on.
missed something in that cave again. If there is, I'll record it and add it to the next video, since I've already completed all my editing and everything for this. But it's funny how Horace comes back out and he says, "I'll do this one last time for you," something in the earlier chapters, but yet he keeps on saving you. So maybe he isn't that bad after all. I'm not sure. But that's it for this chapter. We just have one left, and take care. We'll see you in the next one.